A very good evening, Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. The leak of the resolutions or of the motion which was prepared by Mutodi and others has actually shaken the Emmerson Mnangagwa side, because they thought that they were sharing this thing with just a few individuals who are within, but it has been leaked to the public, and Mutodi acknowledged that leak, and we need to take a look onto the letter which he issued. So if you go to the letter which was issued by Energy Mutodi, it's very, very important to note that it says that it has come to our attention that a proposed motion on presidential, parliamentary, and local government term limits has been untimely leaked to the media. While we confirm authenticity of the contents of the proposed draft motion, we want to reiterate that until signed by its proponents and approved by the Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Advocate JFN Mdenda, it remains a draft and a work in progress. We understand the leak due to a number of online exchanges between honorable members of the draft motion in its formative stages. However, on my behalf and on behalf of the interested honorable members, I wish to categorically state that due process will be followed in accordance with the standing rules and orders in the Constitution of Zimbabwe, leading to a properly approved motion. So this is what he says. And this is Energy Mutodi, the MP Kubikitauk. What is of note is that when they were sharing together with trusted colleagues, only people approved by the systems, the ED, but the same people leaked, one of them or a number of them leaked this to the media. It's either they did it deliberately or their gadgets are being controlled somehow by third parties. So it means all the communications they have somebody who is working very, very close with Emmerson and probably will be making the loudest noise, but achishanda ari kuside rana general, or possibly ari kurenerimwe side rinogona kunge risiri rana general, but working with other people who are under the 2030 agenda. So it's very, very interesting, and when you see things like this happening on something which is very, very confidential, then you have to know that you are not safe, because your audios, anything you are discussed is not safe. So the major question is, how much does the general know? How much does the G14 know? How much does Chamisa know? When you see critical information being leaked to the public before its time, just to know kuti zvaenda. So there is nothing Emmerson is going to do to stop a revolution which is coming. There is nothing Emmerson will do to stop whatever which is coming after. So it's very, very interesting to this thing which leaked. It has actually made rounds since morning, and it's about the local authority, the National Assembly, as well as the presidency. And ZANU-PF is trying by all means possible to outmaneuver each other. And Team Emmerson, they've been left to be ahead, but they are being followed and they are being monitored very, very close. So this is something, this is good news for the people who have been looking to this, because I can tell you that in the afternoon, there was information that kurukupengwa kurukuvaviwa, because they want to know who leaked this thing. And Energy Mutodi confirmed, according to the newsworks, about this, and he issued a letter or a statement, and we are going to watch and see how everything is going to unfold, given that this is going to affect a lot of ZANU-PF MPs right now. who might benefit for 2 years but lose out ma-elections avanga vane potential maybe yekumanipulata nekuwina nekuita sei. They've been left out, and their political careers are at risk now. You have to understand that within ZANU-PF, it's not an issue of anything. It's about a political career. That is what they fight to defend. Are they going to survive for far much longer? Given this, they don't want to survive for only 2 years and be discarded for the rest of the years, which means this thing is likely going to be opposed in parliament. Mnangagwa is going to face the biggest opposition from within ZANU-PF. I can tell you, they are going to oppose Mnangagwa within ZANU-PF. But it's not 100% certain that General Chiwenga or even the Kasukweres and so forth, it's not 100% certain that they are opposing the amendment of the constitution. Why? They are against Emmerson Mnangagwa continuing, but they might not be against themselves benefiting from the amendment. So when we are dealing with this whole issue, we need to be very careful with these people because they are likely going to agree with Mnangagwa on the amendment, not on his continuation as the president, which means it might pass in parliament, the referendum might pass, and then soon after the referendum, they stop Emmerson. So, kurongerana, igame, there's a very, very huge possibility yekuti they might allow it to happen kusvika referendum rapasa. Soon after the referendum, they stop Emmerson. Because hakuna asingade kutonga nguva yakareba achingobirira aripo. Hakuna asingade. Even Kasukwera kanza apinda, anotodawo more terms. Even Chiwenga kanza apinda, anotodawo more terms. Even iwewe ukanzwa apinda unotodawo more terms. So this thing is likely going to sail through, but soon after, ndopachaita hondo dzese ipapo. So it's very, very interesting to see these things happening, and it seems as if these people vari kurongerana, and it's going to be very, very interesting where we are going. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming. We will continue to look at it and understand what is happening at this point in time. My sister Petronella, thank you very much for coming back, and Pachi Pamwe, and we will continue to speak. We'll continue to actually look at these issues and understand what is really happening. I can tell you one thing, kuti change is coming to the nation of Zimbabwe. One day is one day. You will see change happening in our lifetime. It's certain. When you see Emmerson and his people leaking documents dzavanenge vachiti dziri very, very confidential, just know kuti hazvisina kumira mushe. It's either there is a moron from within or their devices or gadgets are compromised, and will you be able to protect everything? No. So we'll be watching to see how everything is going to unfold.